belly fat. It's one of the toughest to lose and a powerful indicator of an individual's health. One of the best ways that you can lose belly fat is with a high-fat diet, water, and sleep. I understand why you would think the opposite, because the health industry tells us that we need to eat 5 times a day and do 100 sit-ups daily, but that is not the case. We need to address the truth about belly fat, and before I get into it, download my free resource below, the top 3 biggest lies you've been told about weight loss, and learn more. So what causes excess belly fat? Well, there are a lot of causes for excess belly fat, but the big ones, the main ones, insulin, inflammation, and high levels of cortisol. Look, I have preached this time and time again, and I will until the day I die, but you cannot lose weight in the presence of insulin. You need to understand that. When insulin goes up, glucagon goes down and fat burning hormones go down. So you've got to get the insulin levels down. That way the body can burn the fat. So if you are eating all the time, if you're doing that whole bullcrap lie of eating 3 meals and 2 snacks, and you're eating constantly, that means that there's insulin in the blood from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And there's no fat burning going on during that time. We've got to get the insulin levels down. Inflammation is there because you're eating sugar. Sugar is the #1 biggest cause of inflammation. And yeah, you're gonna see it in your belly. I know personally, if I eat something that's not code red, the first place I see it is in my belly. And on the flip side of that, when you get on code red, then the first place you usually see it drop off is your belly. Everybody says, well, I can feel my jeans button up a little bit and zip up a little bit better. That's not a myth. That's not you thinking you're crazy. That's true. Inflammation goes down around the belly, and of course it goes down everywhere. And cortisol, when people run in high stress situations and they run very sleep deprived, they're gonna have high levels of cortisol. And cortisol is very important. It does its job, but you don't want chronically high levels of cortisol. You want cortisol to come up and down at the appropriate times. High levels of cortisol, that's gonna cause you to hang on to belly fat, and you don't want that. So one of the biggest indicators of metabolic syndrome, heart disease, diabetes, etc., is a large amount of fat around the belly and the chest. Anytime that somebody is really packing on the pounds and the thickness through here, it's not a good situation for them. And if that's you, you absolutely have got to get on code red, or you've got to get on some sort of protocol that's gonna get that fat down. Don't forget, you've got a lot of visceral fat. If the fat around your midsection, around your belly, around your chest is out to here, if it's really distended, that indicates that there's a lot of visceral fat. A little bit of visceral fat is absolutely necessary to protect your organs, but not an excessive amount. So, a lot of diseases, a lot of illnesses are associated with a thick chest and a thick waistline, so you've got to get that under control. So the typical food pyramid tells us that we need over 300 grams of carbs a day, which causes a spike in insulin, and it suggests that we need dairy, which also causes inflammation. But what we actually need is real food, water, and sleep. Look, this is just such a hot button issue for me. You don't need over 300 grams of carbs a day. And if you did actually need 300 grams of carbs a day, I would rather see you get that from a vegetable source, or nuts or seeds or other sources that have carbs in them. But unfortunately, people are getting that from wheat, grains, and they're highly inflammatory, causing massive spike in insulin. And that's not good. You cannot lose weight in the presence of insulin. Dairy also has been known. This is not controversial. This is very well known that dairy causes inflammation. Most dairy is made with what's called carrageenan, which is a thickening agent. It's highly inflammatory. So when I say real food, I mean meat, vegetables, nuts, eggs, seeds, seafoods, and fat. Of course, you need the water, and of course, you need at least 7 hours of sleep. People on code red can lose 10% of their body weight every month without shakes, pills, diet foods, or exercise. And a lot of people find that to be so hard to believe, because the only people that get that kind of weight loss are weight loss surgery patients. But the truth is, it does happen, and it happens naturally, and it happens quickly. But how does it happen? It happens because we are keeping the insulin levels down. We are not eating frequently. We are only eating a couple of times a day. And the body is funny. You know how the body loses weight? Generally, the body starts with the extremities and you lose out here and then you lose internally in here. So you're gonna notice a weight loss through your rings and through your feet, and then you're gonna notice it move in, and the last place you're gonna notice it are the areas probably where you want it the worst, which is gonna be around your stomach. But that's how the body operates. So we're seeing that people on Code Red, they're losing a tremendous amount of weight. They're doing it naturally and they're doing it quickly. People are able to metabolize the cortisol, the high levels of cortisol, the high levels of insulin. They're able to get the adequate amount of sleep. Do you want to join the thousands of Code Red rebels that have lost weight and are living a life free of inflammation? If the answer is yes, click the link below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and better yet, subscribe to my channel. That way you're informed when I release a new video. But listen, I want you to hear from you. Be brave, put in the box, what have you tried in the past to get rid of stubborn belly fat? I know, sit-ups? Did you try a crash diet, a shake diet? Did you try the pills, the patch, the shots? What have you tried to get rid of that belly fat? Type in the box, I want to hear from you, and I'll see you on the next video.